Tiffany here with Years of Years, and it's This Day in Disney for July 28th. And today we get to talk about the beginning of something really awesome in the Disney company. On this day, back in 1998, Disney's first cruise ship, the Magic, is christened by Patricia Disney, Roy E. Disney's wife. So pretty iconic and cool. So it was christened in Florida at Port Canaveral, of course, and it is built by an Italian shipbuilder, Fincantieri. I hope I said that right. Fincantieri. The Disney Magic can hold approximately 2,400 passengers. That seems like a lot of people on this ship. But on this day, when they did the whole celebration, Patty Disney christened the ship by remote control, actually. So some technology there, flicking a switch that sends a 3-foot tall bottle of champagne crashing into the cruise ship. So I'm sure it'll run really well now that they've crashed a 3-foot bottle of champagne into it. Traditions. It was so interesting. But anyway, that one just, yeah. Cool. So the Magic then set sail with a star-studded manifest, of course, that includes Star Wars director George Lucas and San Antonio Spurs center David Robinson and country singer Travis Tritt. I don't know if you guys are some Travis Tritt fans out there. So he was on that maiden voyage. And then on the 2-day trip, so it was just 2 days, they went to Disney's private island in the Bahamas, Castaway Cay. So that had already been prepared and ready for the very first ship to come. So very interesting. The ship's last test, so basically this was the last test for the ship to run before it had, you know, regular guests enjoying it full time, and it will embark on its official maiden voyage in 2 days later. So very, very interesting. We've only done one cruise as a family, and this is the ship that we took, and I really loved it. I love the styling of the ship quite a bit. So let me tell you more about that. If you don't already know, the Disney Magic is, like I said, the first cruise ship, and she has 11 public decks and can accommodate, actually, I mean, there's two different, so I look at different sources, and one source says 2,700 and one says 2,400. So I don't know. This one may be updated, so maybe as they've remodeled and changed things, it can accommodate more guests. There's 875 staterooms. It has a crew of 950, and the interior of the Disney Magic, of course, is Art Deco, which I love. It's so pretty and gorgeous there, and you just feel elegant the whole time you're on the ship, even when you're off traipsing through wherever you're going in your swimsuits and stuff and coming back. It still feels so nice and clean and wonderful to come back to the cruise ship. I think it's really fun. This ship has 20 bright yellow covered lifeboats on it, along with the black, red, and white colors. Those all are the colors of Mickey Mouse. And so this was actually a change from the standard lifeboat colors for cruise ships, which are orange. So they did get international maritime rules changed in order to have those bright yellow lifeboats. I love it. I think it looks really nice, and I think the orange would have been, I mean, it just wouldn't necessarily point to Mickey at all, but you get that sense from the design of the ship. It's really beautifully done. And so, as other Disney cruise ships, also the ship's horn blast plays an excerpt from Disney's famous flagship tune, "When You Wish Upon a Star." So that's also a little special treat that Disney ships get. So they had started planning to build the Disney Cruise Line, and they actually went to have the Disney Magic and the Disney Wonder constructed in Italy. So really, you know, they didn't hold back on costs on this. They wanted their cruise ships to be, you know, high quality, beautiful, you know, really turn of the century styling, just so well done, good materials. So they went to Italy for the work to be done. And like I said, it was Fincantieri was where they were built. It was actually built separately, two different halves. So not to make you nervous, but yeah, it was two different halves. They don't build it all together. I don't know if that's familiar for all cruise ships, but that's how they did it with these. I'm sure they'd have to. They're so big. So the two halves were in two separate shipyards, so that takes a lot of planning and architecture and so forth to get that just perfect, which they did. And like I said, the maiden voyage happened in 1998, and you know, there was of course setbacks to the construction of the ship. So right away, the itinerary started out in Port Canaveral, and then they went to Castaway Cay, like I said, and the Bahamas. They were like 3-night, I believe, just 3-night treks or whatnot, itineraries, until it started, you know, getting more popular and bigger, building it up. So just really, really entertaining. Interesting. Of course, the ships have amazing entertainment, food. You can go and watch first run movies from Disney on their ships. That was one of the most exciting when we did our first cruise, and our only cruise. It was when Avengers came out, the first Avengers film. So we had seen it in the theater, but then we got to see it on the cruise ship too. It just came out. And so all the movies that were brand new that Disney had just produced were on the ship, and you could go and watch them in the theater while you're on there. And then of course they have so many other things. They have the 3-level you know, kid places for kids to go and have fun, and then of course nightclubs and things like that for parents to go have fun. There is something for everyone. Sound like one of those movies you watch to prepare you for going to Disney World or on a cruise. But yeah, there really is something for everyone on cruise ships for sure. And I love how it's the kids getting to go meet friends. Our younger daughter was younger at the time, and she wasn't so comfortable at first, and then she regretted not going to the club and meeting other kids. But you know, our kids made friends on that cruise ship, and they talked for years. Like, they just messaged each other for years. So it's a pretty neat experience, and I kind of wish staying at resorts was like that, where kids, you know, connected more. We always just run off to the parks, but it would be fun if kids met each other at the resort stays too, and built some, you know, Disney fan friendships. But it definitely happened for us on the cruise for sure. So you have the Broadway shows, so the ships at, you know, when they were running, there was, the theaters may include All Aboard, Let the Magic Begin, a final farewell show, Twice Charm, a twist on Cinderella's story, Tangled the musical, and Disney Dreams, an Enchanted classic. And then former shows, Villains Tonight was replaced by Tangled. So pretty sure on our cruise it was Villains Tonight and not Tangled when we went, but because I would have had to see the Tangled for sure, so I would have remembered it. So I know that wasn't when we went. But oh, it's just so much fun. And then the food, I mean, honestly, you know, plan to go, if you do get to do a cruise or plan to do one, plan to eat. So that the Palo Restaurant is the signature dining. It's just so good, so beautiful. The view, of course, and you know, windows everywhere. The rest of the restaurants don't have views, but the food is fantastic. And what's really cool about Disney Cruise that I enjoyed was, you know, you have like your waiter and waitress and wait staff, they follow you every day wherever you're eating, so they know like what drinks you like or what food preferences that you have. They get to know your family and your kids, and you know, you just kind of form a little bond with them. You just can't help yourself because they're so kind to serve you. And so that's a really, really neat experience. And I've only been on one cruise, so that's what I'm sure many of you are familiar with that, but it does make it neat. They also do the Marvel Day at Sea, and then the other restaurants are the Animator's Palette, and then you also have the Bippity Boppity Boutique for the little princesses and princes can go get all made up for the evening as well. You know, there's so much to say, and I'm sure you guys know, but lots of fun. And this was their first, and I remember specifically the tile work in the ship, and thinking, I didn't know that it was done in Italy at the time, but I remember the tile work being so impressive and so beautiful. So you're just gonna see those details on the Disney ships. I mean, like I said, I don't know if that's similar to other cruise lines, but really interesting, really iconic and beautiful. There's just so much to see. So we look forward to doing it again someday. So tell me your thoughts on, you know, Disney cruises or any cruises really. I don't have a ton of experience, so I'd love to hear the things you guys have done. There's lots of ports around us now that we live in Florida, so I'd love to hear your guys' stories and experiences. But that's it for this day in Disney. We'll see you guys next time.